Hi there, I'm gonna try to learn SPSS, the data analysis tool, within 1 hour. That's it. And I found this PDF of how to use this, so yes. Life is so difficult as usual. So I started off trying to learn the terms first, like how to determine what data you have. Then I went on to look for the examples that were given in the PDF. I tried to open SPSS as well, and I tried to do the same thing that the PDF says. Thus, I have my water breaks here and there, because thirsty. Mostly, it's just me trying to figure out how to enter data in the first few minutes of me trying to learn SPSS. Like how to be familiar with the interface of SPSS. Then I found the examples that they had, the sample data that they have. Just a thing though, their file names are sometimes different than what they are trying to use. Like the one that I opened, it's supposed to be student with 2 S's, but it turns out that I need to use the one with 3 S's. So just tried to open all of the files. I didn't really open all of the data, but it's better to have an idea of what data you're actually gonna use. So yeah, that's about like first 15 minutes of me trying to learn SPSS. The next thing that I tried to do is actually learning about the different data analysis methods or tests that I would be possibly using. Not really sure, so I tried to learn more than enough, I guess. I tried to look at standard deviation, like histogram, the t-test, whether or not my data is applicable to some of the tests. So within the first 20 minutes of me learning SPSS, I still kinda needed to learn more. Like honestly, like 20 minutes isn't enough to learn what type of test you're gonna use. But I fortunately found the graph within the PDF that shows what kind of data you have and what test you would use. Although I'm still not fully sure if the test that I thought of would be the right test. But yeah, it serves as the guideline of knowing what data analysis tool or test you're gonna be using. Then I tried to search like how to analyze data because I wanted to know what type of data analysis test that I'm gonna be using. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out. I don't think I found any easy way to determine. But I didn't really mind because there's a lot of examples given within the PDF of what specific things there are, of what specific tests that you can use for different types of data. It's included there what you're looking for. Are you looking for a correlation? You're looking for causation. You're looking for a cause and effect. You have the data of before and after, something like that. It was kind of easier than just going in blind, like completely blind. At least I know that I have some guidelines that I followed. Then the next part is me trying to, I guess, convince myself that the right test is a paired t-test, because I thought about whether or not my data would actually use the correlation test or the ANOVA test. Bad thing is that it kind of fits the example, just not the data that I'm looking for. So I decided that the test that I'm going to be using is the t-test, because I didn't really find like what data analysis test to use for Likert scale. Maybe there's some out there in the internet, I just couldn't find it within the 1 hour span, sadly. And the last part is me just trying to understand how to use t-test, or at least what the results mean, how to interpret the data analysis result. It was still kind of confusing though, but at least I have an idea. It may not be the best idea, but at least I have an idea about the t-test. I may not understand it fully, but at least enough for the time being. So I'm gonna leave with some pointers, I guess, reminders, guidelines on how to learn SPSS, or what I found out within the hour. So, summary of how to use SPSS. Determine what type of data you're handling. Figure out from that. First is you should know what data you want. What data you're looking for. What data you would produce from your questionnaire. Next is knowing what data analysis method to use. That's basically it actually. Well, knowing how to fill in the data. which should be easy because we're using Google Forms mostly. But if not, you can just type everything out in Excel. Next is properly using the descriptive statistics and everything. Yeah, that's basically it. It's all just a matter of knowing how to interpret the data, or at least making sure that you're using the right data analysis, right? The method or the test, the data analysis test. Because I'm still confused what to use or what we're supposed to use, because I think we're gonna be using the paired t-test because it seems appropriate given the example that they have, right? That's gonna be it for learning SPSS, I guess. Hopefully I gave a proper summary, proper steps that I thought of. I guess step one is filling out the data. Next is properly categorizing the data if you have groups, which we would have. Next is knowing what test to use or what data analysis test to use. And finally is how you interpret that data, or learning how to interpret the data properly. Yes, so that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video out of this, but hopefully I will. Thank you. Bye bye.